Hi, thanks for watching. This is Shelly with the Healthy Ways Tip of the Week. Today I was going to be talking about a holiday coming up, Easter Sunday. This can be a very challenging holiday for many people because it is kind of turned into a holiday that is all about candy. And if you're like me, some of those candies that are just around Easter are some of the best tasting. Now, they're some of the worst physically for you. So I really personally do have to be diligent to think, okay, gosh, this is a trigger for me. If I go here, I'm just going to keep going. And often, if there's Easter egg hunt or if there's bowls of the candy out, it's so tempting at your gatherings. So I try to go prepared. I either bring some entrees that I know I can eat and get really filled up on. I always like to bring a nice vegetable dish or something that's a good protein. And I always cook with a natural sweetener. I use lower fats and usually always a healthy kind of fat. Something like using coconut oil or avocado for my heating. I'd add avocado or nuts and seeds to get more of that kind of fat base rather than something thick and creamy like sour cream or that stuff that's just so rich and really we probably shouldn't be eating it. Veggies, just to go back on that, I love bringing veggies to gatherings because they're usually the thing that there's not as much options for vegetables. So I try to bring something that's like a roasted vegetable dish or like a nice vegetable spread that you could even dip crackers or more raw vegetables in, and then just bring like sliced up veggies. It's super easy, it's cheap, and people do appreciate it. Sometimes I've gone to an event thinking, oh gosh, nobody's gonna eat this. I found it's actually the exact opposite. People go for it. If it's there, they'll throw some on their plate. So I've always been pleased with bringing my vegetable dishes, and now I'm sort of known to be that veggie head. And that helps me to feel sustained and like, okay, I can have something I can continually grab and munch on instead of going for the candy. Because it's not just going to be that day. If you start eating it, you're going to get in the cycle of eating it for a while, either because you brought some home or because it's on sale at the store now after the holiday, whatever the case might be. It's very hard once you kind of open that floodgate to shut it down. So bring another healthy treat for yourself. Do some baking. Make some nice muffins or cookies. Anything that's going to use a natural sweetener like coconut sugar or stevia, even xylitol. I'll put a link down below to our Pinterest page where you can follow some recipes that we've really liked. But often you can just make the traditional form of food that you like and just use alternative ingredients, ones that are going to be more nutrient rich. That is our main belief here at The Healthy Way, is to always eat stuff that is feeding and fueling the body. We don't want to be eating things that are taking away. And unfortunately, some of those tasty things like candy, pastries and all that lovely junk that has, white wheat flour and cane sugar, sometimes even artificial ingredients, that ultimately, even though it might taste good periodically on our tongue, it is not good for our physical body. And I do hate to be the person to share that with you, but I just want to help everybody to thrive and feel good and happy and know that you can still find healthy alternatives and still get that sort of that sweet tooth satisfaction, but with something that's actually nutrient rich. So those are some of my simple tips, and just whatever you can do when you know it's a trigger food, mentally note that and have that willpower to say, okay, this is challenging for me. This is my trigger food. Let me find a healthy alternative. And if you choose to maybe indulge in the unhealthy treat, my recommendation is to try to eat clean the rest of the day. If you know, okay, I'm going to go to my family's Easter and it's kind of late afternoon meal, and I really want to have that awesome pastry or thing that my family makes, or I just need one Cadbury chocolate egg. Okay, then you be strong and you say, okay, I'm choosing the treat I'm having, and I'm going to stick to just that. And the meal prior to going to the event and the meal after the event, and even if possible, the meal at the event, I'm going to keep it clean. Vegetables, protein, lighter on the starch, go for more of a well-rounded, high quality starch like a sweet potato, brown rice, quinoa, some kind of whole grain. Even some whole grain crackers. There's many out there. Mary's is a good brand. Jill's, if you guys have that in your area. Ryvitas are another great brand here. So you kind of pick and choose, like, okay, I'm having my treat here, but I'm going to be clean here. So doesn't always work. But a lot of this does come down to our own personal willpower. So I give you guys the inspiration to try to just have some internal dialogue with your own self and just kind of set some boundaries, set some plans, because ultimately sometimes we have a weak moment and we eat the treat, but afterwards we're usually beating ourselves up. So we don't want to have sort of that energy. We want to create this relationship with ourselves where we can say, hey, this is where I'm going to indulge and I'm going to be conscious the rest of the time. So it's easier said than done, but I would like you guys to start trying here and there throughout holidays, family functions, or just social gatherings, because we're coming on to the summer season where this happens a little bit more. So internal dialogue is the best, and just plan ahead. Always have something on hand that you can enjoy, and stay happy. That's another big piece of this, is understanding, hey, I get to enjoy life as well, and I can find alternatives, and hey, if I go off the path I was ideally for that day, doesn't mean you've ruined everything. You just get back on the next day and keep heading forward and keeping a smile on your face. So I wish you all a very joyous, happy holiday, and stay healthy and do your best. So thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoy these videos, feel free to subscribe so you can keep getting posted and updated on them every week. Thank you again. Have a great weekend. Bye.